Thank you, Thistle Brass, for bringing us into our ceremony today. Thank you very much. My name is Jack McConnell. I'm the Chancellor of the University, and I declare open this ceremony for the conferment of degrees and other academic distinctions. Please take your seats. Principal, graduates, families and friends, good afternoon, good morning. Good morning and welcome. It also says here that the ceremony starts at 10:30, so I'm glad I didn't read that line too early this morning. It's my real pleasure to be presiding at this graduation ceremony here this morning. I'm delighted that the weather appears to be dry. The campus looking at its very autumnal best, and delighted also to be joined on the platform by representatives of the University Court, of staff and other guests as well. We have 40 different nationalities graduating today, so I'm certain that there will be people here to support the graduands who have travelled some distance, at least a few of you, so you are very welcome to be here. And if it's your first time to be on the university campus, whether you are from Scotland, the UK, or from much further away, then I hope you enjoy your day here in Stirling, in my view, by far the most beautiful university campus anywhere in the world. I have a special welcome for our distinguished honorary graduand. At each ceremony, graduation ceremony, for those who've not been here before, we celebrate the achievements of a public figure who has contributed a lot to their field, whether that is the sport, the arts, business, or public life in general. But our graduate today is very much the definition of a local lad done well. Finn Russell was born here in Bridge of Allan. He was educated at Wallace High School in Stirling, where I once taught, long before he was there, I have to say, but where his rugby career began. He joined Glasgow Warriors in 2012, and just 2 years later, aged 22, he was playing for Scotland. He's represented the British and Irish Lions, captained the Scottish national team, co-captained the Six Nations for the Six Nations Championship, and played in numerous Rugby World Cups. Today, he is widely considered to be among the best rugby players in the world, and it's fitting that we celebrate Finn today at Scotland's University for Sporting Excellence. We're delighted to welcome him and his family home. He receives the award of Doctor of the University in recognition of his outstanding contribution to sport in Scotland and to rugby, and we'll be hearing a little bit more about Finn shortly. Graduation is a real highlight in the university calendar, and today's ceremony is an important ritual and culmination of your university experience. Congratulations to all of you. As you walk across this stage, savour the moment and be proud of your achievement. Don't let the gowns and the formality of today's proceedings hold you back from thoroughly enjoying yourselves. When you see your friends and your loved ones receive their degree, those of you who are here to support today, I would like you to not just put your hands together in a big way, but make a lot of noise. I'm a big fan of those American graduation ceremonies that you see on the TV, where there's so much noise that it makes our British ones look just a little bit too reserved. So when I say clap and cheer, I really, really do mean it. I don't mean like a MAGA rally, but I do mean like a noisy graduation ceremony. And it is important because your graduands deserve that today, and we should remember this occasion as a major celebration. And I know that I would speak on behalf of everybody who's going to receive their award today when I say that you will have had support from friends or family or both over the years to help you reach this position, and many of them will either be here with you today or will be watching on the live stream and taking their time watching from a distance. So it's a joyful moment for them as well. But let's start by the biggest cheer of all, thanking them for all the help that they've given you to reach this moment. used to think scientists were a bit reserved, but that's obviously changing. Great. The award you receive today is going to be your passport to the future, and the university is proud to have played a part in setting you on your journey. We are as excited as you are for what will lie ahead. You are going to be trailblazers, leaders, thinkers, visionaries, change makers in your chosen fields, and you'll guide us on a road to a more sustainable, inclusive and hopefully more peaceful planet, and tackling the challenges that face our society. In front of me, this is part of the next generation of teachers, social care specialists, criminologists, scientists, mathematicians and psychologists. And armed with all that you've learned here at Stirling, your knowledge, skills and ideas, we now look to you to help shape a better future for all of us, and in the slogan of the university, to be the difference. We can't wait to see how you're going to use your Stirling degree as a force for good in the world. But we're also conscious that it's a challenging world at the moment, perhaps more challenging than it's been at any time since I was sitting where you were sitting now a very long time ago. And I think in the face of all these challenges, whether it's climate change or the increasing number of conflicts around the world or the pace of technological change, I hope that you will remember not only to face those challenges with courage, but to seize the opportunities that come along as well. With every generation, I think there are less and less limits on the potential of human beings to stretch their imaginations and their achievements further, and you can be very much part of that world, as well as dealing with the difficulties that we see all around us. And as you step into that next chapter, your degree from Stirling will open doors for you. It will set you apart from many of your peers. Since our foundation in 1967, this university has been driven by its mission to connect, innovate and transform. Everything we do has got purpose and impact, and we're constantly challenging the status quo. And be proud as you graduate today from this university. Enjoy that pride that your university is held in the highest regard. In the QS Star University ratings, we have an overall rating of 5 stars. Now that's 5 out of 5, not 5 out of 10. And we've also got 5 stars for teaching, for employability, for global engagement, for research facilities, and for environmental impact. The International Student Barometer ranks us first in the UK and top 10 in the world for campus environment. And the Postgraduate Taught Experience Survey has us in the top 20 in the UK for postgraduate teaching. So be confident knowing that you leave here today not only from a university that has all of those attributes, but also with excellent prospects, as 96% of our graduates are in work or further study within 15 months of leaving. We're also ranked among the world's top 200 institutions, and there are, of course, tens of thousands of institutions around the world, top 200 institutions for our contribution to meeting the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, highlighting the tangible difference that we make through our teaching, research and influence. And appropriately enough today, as we celebrate the achievements of Finn Russell, we are, of course, Scotland's University for Sporting Excellence, and we're ranked first in the UK for sports facilities. Our athletes compete at the highest level of the sports, including many who compete and win medals at the Olympics. The swimmers in particular, but also other high-performance athletes, are now working towards next year's Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who's excited to see how they get on, and we wish them, all the best in the months ahead. Today I am honoured, and I always feel this every moment just before the ceremony when I wear these robes. I'm honoured to wear the robes that were first worn by our first Chancellor, Lord Robbins, who was the pioneer who led the expansion of higher education in the UK in the 1960s. In 1968, just after the university was founded, Lord Robbins set out 3 challenges for this new institution. Firstly, he wanted us to be at the heart of our community, and we've certainly succeeded in that effort. Today we play a leading role in driving economic growth, productivity and prosperity across the Forth Valley region. We're a central partner in the Forth Valley University College NHS partnership, aiming to provide patient care and treatment for communities for years to come. We're also helping deliver the Stirling and Clackmannanshire City Region deal, which aims to bring an investment of £214 million over 10 years to support the region's economy. And as part of the deal, preparations are underway for opening our new National Aquaculture Technology and Innovation Hub, reinforcing our position as a world leader in aquaculture with state-of-the-art laboratories and facilities. The second challenge was to be innovative, and you can safely say that innovation has been the University of Stirling's middle name, whether that's through our mission-focused research, links to business and sport, or unrivalled campus facilities. Just this year, we opened a cutting-edge innovation hub which enhances digital learning through advanced technologies such as virtual classrooms, holographic projection and AI-enabled robotics. And we've completed the refurbishment of 2 of our student accommodation buildings, enhancing their sustainability and efficiency. And the third challenge was to be international and outward-looking. And today, international students account for more than a third of our student population, with more than 140 different nationalities represented at the university. We teach internationally in several countries, and we partner with institutions on dual degrees where Stirling staff are teaching and students are receiving a degree from their home university, but also one from here too. And this year we saw our first students graduate from one of those partnerships in Chengdu University and also at the University of Chinese Academy of Social Sciences in Beijing. These are proud accomplishments for Stirling as we continue to enhance our global links, enrich the experience for all students and staff, and do it in a quality way. Stirling's research has impact and innovation at its core, and the latest Research Excellence Framework ranks Stirling 4th in Scotland and 43rd in the UK for impact, with more than 80% of our research rated world-leading or internationally excellent. The research being done by our social scientists is shaping government policy on education, housing and substance abuse, and highlighting gaps in social care from dementia provision to looked after children. And in the Faculty of Natural Sciences, our experts are transforming strategies on woodland creation, uncovering new pollution threats in the ocean, and helping first responders navigate extreme weather conditions. These are exciting times for Stirling, but equally exciting times for you, our graduates. I hope you'll carry with you our passion for progress, never standing still. That's incredibly important in your careers and in your lives. And your Stirling journey doesn't end here. You're now part of an alumni community, one of 115,000 worldwide, who each have the same thing in common, an appreciation of the Stirling experience and a feeling of being part of the Stirling community. So I urge you to make the most of that, to keep in touch with us, but also to keep in touch with each other. It's without doubt that education improves lives. In my opinion, it's the single biggest factor in changing lives and creating opportunities around the world. When I was a student, we used to have a campaign slogan that education was a right, not a privilege. But as the years have gone by, I've come to realise, travelling the world, that it's both a right and a privilege. There are many parts of the world where people are denied education for all kinds of reasons. But the benefits are universal, and you have enjoyed those benefits here at Stirling, and you've worked hard for them. So use them and make your Stirling experience count. Most importantly, cherish the memories, but also be a difference. There's a quote from celebrated Scottish writer Robert Louis Stevenson when he said, "Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant." Well, you have sown seeds here at Stirling, honing your skills, your knowledge and your experience, and from these roots, it's now time to grow, flourish and make your mark on the world. I would urge you to do that in an attitude of looking for solutions, not scapegoats, using everything you've learned, bouncing back from the bad days to make sure that there are more good days in the future, being resilient and kind at all times. A huge congratulations from me. Enjoy your day and be the difference in the future. Thank you very much. And now I'll just throw a pass to Cathy Gallagher and call upon Ms. Cathy Gallagher to present Mr. Finn Russell.
Feeling comfortable, yeah? Okay, good. Chancellor, members of the university, graduates and guests. It's always an absolute honour to be Executive Director of Sport here at Scotland's University for Sporting Excellence, and particularly on occasions like today, when we celebrate one of rugby's global superstars, Mr. Finn Russell. As the Chancellor said, Finn is a local guy, having grown up just along the road in Bridge of Allen, where his family still live. His sporting prowess was apparent from a young age when he played rugby, tennis, squash and cricket, and probably could have pursued a career in any of these sports. I heard recently, Finn, where Judy Murray was keen for you to stick to the tennis, and you're a very brave man for turning her down, actually. I'm not too sure I would have done that. But having committed to the oval ball, Finn's unique style and presence on the pitch differentiates him from every other out half in the modern game. His decision-making, his ability to control the tempo of a match, and his natural creativity have established him as a game-changer. Finn honed his skills with Stirling County, Falkirk and Ayr. In 2013, he received the John McPhail Scholarship, spending 15 weeks in New Zealand's South Island playing for local clubs in the Christchurch area. At that time, the unrivalled talents of Finn were abundantly apparent to the Kiwis when they said, "Back this guy, and Scottish rugby will go places." And I think it's fair to say that they were correct. Finn signed his first full-time professional contract with Glasgow Warriors in the 14-15 season, where he played a prominent role in Glasgow's maiden Pro 12 title triumph in the same year. Finn would leave Glasgow Warriors at the end of the 17-18 season as a headline signing for French club Racing 92, where he literally filled the boots of All Black legend Dan Carter. He then joined English Premiership side Bath after the 23 Rugby World Cup, and having played a crucial role in securing their first Premiership final appearance in 9 years in his maiden season. 24-25 would be a landmark year for the club by claiming the Gallagher Premiership title, the European Challenge Cup crown, and becoming Premiership Rugby Cup champions. Finn masterminded the club's dominance from out half and kicked a total of 183 points in the Gallagher Premiership last season. And if anyone did manage to see any of the celebrations in Bath after that Premiership title, it looked like a party of all parties. Finn has an 89 caps for Scotland, amassing 452 points and ranks 4th in the country's all-time list. He has represented Scotland at 3 Rugby World Cups, hopefully another one in 27 in Australia, and has been ever present in the squad for 6 Nations, Autumn Internationals and Summer Tours. Having featured on the 2017 tour, Finn was called up to the 2021 British and Irish Lions squad, where he went on to earn a first Lions cap in the 3rd test against South Africa, kicking 11 points in their narrow series-defining loss against the world champions. In May of this year, Finn was selected for his 3rd tour and was absolutely instrumental in the 2-1 series victory in Australia, starting all 3 test matches. What sets Finn apart is not just what he does, but how he does it. With a smile, with audacity, with total commitment to entertaining the crowds and empowering those around him. He reminds us that rugby is not only a battle of strength and structure, but also a canvas for imagination. It is actually amusing at times to listen to the TV commentators when Finn's playing. They literally exhaust all their superlatives and struggle to keep pace with your skill, talent and flair. Despite his playful personality, Finn is an impactful and exciting player who can single-handedly instill anticipation in his stadium when he is on the pitch. His influence stretches beyond his own teams, inspiring countless young players to chase their dreams and play with the same joy and freedom that he brings to the game. Finn's link to the University of Stirling is not only location. His gran, Marjorie, an international badminton player herself, worked at the university for 16 years, and at the time of her retirement, her post was head of accommodation. In one of the many tributes paid to your gran, she was said to have an extraordinary ability to build a cohesive and effective team by treating everyone as equally important. That's something we can all note, and undoubtedly, Finn, your gran's attributes are part of your DNA, and she will be beaming with pride today. You are one of Scotland's favourite sons, but more importantly, you're a son, a brother, a partner, and a dad. It's wonderful that you're joined today by your dad, Keith, by your mum, Sally, sister, Jessie, fiancée, Emma, and of course, your beautiful daughters, Charlie and Skye, who are now wishing this person to read quicker until they get out to play. Nearly there, girls, nearly there. When I was chatting recently with Keith, he was telling me about the second test of this year's Lion series and the pride your family felt as you took to the pitch at the MCG in Melbourne in front of over 90,000 spectators with the number 10 Lions jersey on your back. He recalled that moment with some degree of emotion. The young lad from Bridge of Allen, who started on the rugby pitches of Wallace High School and Stirling County, now running out as a British and Irish Lion, and what a very, very special moment for everybody involved. I'm certain this joy and happiness is ever present for your family, whether you're dazzling in the wreck or thrilling the Murrayfield faithful. Their support will be unwavering and their pride immeasurable. To conclude, I normally reiterate at this stage the backing of the university for your future endeavours and ambitions. But as an Irish rugby supporter, I'm actually struggling with this bit, right? I'm only joking. Do you know what? In a world that's a bit tough just now, please keep inspiring the next generation. Please keep bringing a smile to the faces of thousands. Please keep building anticipation, and please keep pushing the boundaries to produce magic. And most importantly, Finn, please keep being the fabulous individual you are. In the name and by the authority of the Academic Council, I present to you for the honorary degree of Doctor of the University, Mr. Finn Russell.
I confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of the University. Congratulations. Very good. Take a bow. Finn will now sign the roll of the honorary graduates, which doesn't have 452 honorary graduates on it, unlike the number of points that he's scored, but it does have 439 as of this morning, honorary graduates from the university since way back in 1967. We will be hearing more from Dr. Russell shortly towards the end of the ceremony. And can I just say, I didn't realise that Marjorie Russell was your grandmother. I knew Marjorie Russell. She was the accommodation officer here when I was student president 40 years ago. And she was an absolutely fantastic person, a brilliant manager of the university accommodation, but a lovely person to work with. So very nice to have that memory today as well. We will now proceed with the conferment of degrees and other academic distinctions. And we'll be joined by Dean of the Faculty, Professor Alistair Jump, who will greet the graduates before they leave the stage, and Professor Godfrey Ozaszczynski of the Faculty of Natural Sciences to present the candidates for awards. And I confer upon these candidates the awards for which they are now presented.
Chancellor, in the name and by the authority of the Academic Council, I present to you, for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Aloysius Chimezie Adibe. Emily Bonsall. Mausam Budatoki. Akpochotor Owi Gueroye Ekpeki. Ibrahim Rashid. Helen Laura Taylor-Boyd. For the Professional Doctorate Data Science, Guneet Kaur. Vivek Shivram. For the degree of Master of Arts, Human-Animal Interaction, and the recipient of the Psychology Postgraduate Prize for Exceptional Performance, Hannah Jane Kirkpatrick. For the degree of Master of Arts, Human-Animal Interaction, Ahana Bansal. Ashley Jacka. For the degree of Master of Science, Aquatic Pathobiology, Adrian Marine Hoovers. Frederick Saylor. For the degree of Master of Science, Aquatic Veterinary Studies, and the recipient of the Research-Based Learning Prize, awarded for outstanding performance, Stefano Francesco Baronio. For the degree of Master of Science, Aquatic Veterinary Studies, Diana Yepingetic Bet. Diana Laura Garcia Gomez. For the degree of Master of Science, Artificial Intelligence, Ife Oluwa Stephen Adebayo. Kolarde Hafiz. Aoun Aftab. Abdullah Afzal. Iftikhar Alam. Sakib Ali. Ashwin Prasanna Baranikumar. John William Craig Christensen. Moiz Ahmed Dar. Sweta Elawazur Jayakumar. Mohammed Usman Gohar. Chidiebube Praise Jaffet. Hamad Khan. Ayulumi Olwafemi Pelehon. Sean Nicholson. Benedicta Otipor Okunlun. Nana Kuachie Owusu. Sebastiano Pignato. Ganesh Krishna Ravindran. Kasim Rehman. Kelechi Nwosu. Jamal Hassan Sargana. Harshit Bupalapati Ramesh. For the degree of Master of Science, Autism Research, and the recipient of the Psychology Postgraduate Prize for Exceptional Performance, Sophie May McGill. For the degree of Master of Science, Autism Research, Hong Hong Lee. Emilia Patova. Kira Anna Patricia Shu. For the degree of Master of Science, Big Data, Abdul Wahid. Ashfaq Anjum. Nazish Bashir. Elizabeth Ann Eady. Ayodeji Olwasanmi Fajemisehe. Abid Hamid. Namdi Onyaidi Kechi Ebokwe. Abhishek Kaushik. Mohammed Mujtaba. Jonathan Ward O'Brien. Neil O'Neill. Donaldson Chucks Okolo. Adedoyin Oluwabukola Oyebode. Glavin Sekera. Richard Kairera Wainaina. Habdom Abraham Weldemariam. Jiaho Yang. For the degree of Master of Science, Environmental Management, and the recipient of the Program Director's Prize, awarded for the greatest contribution to the Environmental Management degree, Sean Simpson. For the degree of Master of Science, Environmental Management, and the recipient of the Research-Based Learning Prize, awarded for the Best Environmental Science Dissertation, Blair Grant. For the degree of Master of Science, Environmental Management, Robert Benions. Kira Burse. Scarlett Caroline Cranford. Pipsa Aurora Kartinen. Sheriar Khan. Alison Lynn Villarreal. Khadija. For the degree of Master of Science, Environmental Management Conservation, Katie Mora Berry. Alishba Irfan. Vivian Macmillan. For the degree of Master of Science, Environmental Management, Energy, Fraser Macmillan. Adese Silverline Oba. For the degree of Master of Science, Environmental Remote Sensing and Geospatial Sciences, and the recipient of the Program Director's Prize, awarded for the greatest contribution to environmental remote sensing and geospatial sciences, Aoife Davey. For the degree of Master of Science, Environmental Remote Sensing and Geospatial Sciences, Anna Louise Campbell. Joshua Richard Munir Fawcett. Sangravi Piapanit Chayakun. For the degree of Master of Science, Financial Technology, FinTech, Oluwapelumi Esther Akimbami. Darshan Ramesh Amin. Fuad Oluwatosin Laguda. Muhlisa Mirdavidova. Dimitro Rodionov. For the degree of Master of Science, Health Psychology, Zainab Anjum. Eli Birchall. Zhang Yud Hang Nicholas. Lauren Dick. Marwa El-Habasi. Claudia Sofia Gajewski. Louise Gill. Rebecca Harrison. Amy Laura Henderson. Luca Aurélie Heyman. Amber Lancaster. Sophie Catherine Matheson. Carla Montalbano. Kaya Irita Morrison MacLeod. Hannah Muir. Caitlin Grace Mullen. Tara Solomon Patel. Emily Ann Price. Jisi Sugwathan. Matilda Tomczyk. For the degree of Master of Science, Human-Animal Interaction, and the recipient of the Psychology Postgraduate Prize for Exceptional Performance, Sarah Çakır. For the degree of Master of Science, Mathematics and Data Science, Samantha Ann Eady. Samuel Joseph Etimkpong. Siraj ul Haq. Madiha Irfan. Fiona Louise Irwin. John Chukwudi Iwoz Ozor. Mohammed Furkan Khan. Callum Ray. Marzan Rahimzan. Niru Sanhu. Jamie Kiran Maharaj Smith. For the degree of Master of Science, Psychological Research Methods, and the recipient of the Psychology Postgraduate Prize for Exceptional Performance, Jack Pittendray. For the degree of Master of Science, Psychological Research Methods, and the recipient of the Research-Based Learning Prize, awarded to a student for their contribution to research, Sofia Kovac Bodo. For the degree of Master of Science, Psychological Research Methods, Ben Carswell. Peyton Chessar. Lindsay Mallory. Amir Shapira. Ellie Tucknott. Sean Eliza Jane Tyerman. For the degree of Master of Science, Psychology, and the recipient of the Psychology Postgraduate Prize for Exceptional Performance, Sienna Chivers. For the degree of Master of Science, Psychology, Büşra Akyan. Shriya Chaitanya Bhagwat. Bui T. Hanigan. Kira Burns Hardy. Krishika Lali Choradia. Matthew Stephen Cunningham. Jill Fraser. John Bosco Gonçalves. Andre Gronwald. Ala Hamza. Adele Johnston. Teresa Ann Johnston. Corey Jones. Anamika Kalamkoli Anil. Oksana Katerinyuk. Nell Kinch. Emily Isabella Kirkwood. Amandine Latre. Yu Xuan Lin. Jiarong Lu. Elisa Victoria Mach. Christina MacLean. Sneha Manimaran Dhanalakshmi. Nicole McKee. Donna Grace McLaren. Susan Andrea Mendonca. Chloe Elizabeth Mitchell. Pacharapon Nitpakti. Nikki O'Connor. Samantha Odell. Stephanie Outlaw. Harry Proudlove. Victoria Scarrett. Mahi Sanjay Shah. Hima Mariam Sheen. Mega Singh. Eleanor Steele. Toluwani Titilope Taiwo. Takao Godlove Agbo. Keris Bryony Tandy. Julie Wallace. Hannah Suzanne White. For the degree of Master of Science, Sustainable Aquaculture, Jingda Kang. Rita Nikirote Naruti. For the degree of Master of Science, Sustainable Aquaculture, Aquaculture Breeding and Genetics, Jordan Milliken. For the degree of Master of Science, Sustainable Aquaculture, Aquaculture Development and Food Security, Max Hamilton Hall. Tania Sarkar. Long Yin Yao. For the degree of Master of Science, Sustainable Aquaculture, Aquaculture Nutrition, Eric Yan Wong. For the degree of Master of Science, Sustainable Aquaculture, Environmental Management, Samuel George Costello. For the degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours Biology, Pawan Singh Samra. Rachel Sinclair. Louis George Steen. For the degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours Biology and Education, Emily Kate Blackmore. For the degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours Business Computing, Haidar Rasool. For the degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours Graduate Apprenticeship in Data Science, Jennifer Best. Ross Cameron. Antonio David Jimenez Martin. Christopher Michael Kirk. Graham Lavery. William Mitchell Liddell. Benjamin Charles Small. For the degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours Software Engineering, Matthew Bruce Duguid. For the degree of Master of Science, Artificial Intelligence, Ovi Imara. Bharat Shivaram. Chaudhary Sami, son of Chaudhary Ashkar. For the degree of Master of Science, Big Data, Muhammad Ali. Faisal Kayyum. Jizi Chen.
Wow. Thank you very much, Professor Alistair Jump, but I have to say in particular, I think, Professor Godfrey Ozachinsky. Fantastic. Thank you very much indeed. And we will now proceed with the conferment of other degrees and other academic distinctions, and I will call upon Professor Jane Donaldson as Dean and Professor Liz Forbat as presenter from the Faculty of Social Sciences to present the candidates for awards, and I confer upon these candidates the awards for which they are now presented.
Chancellor, in the name and by the authority of the Academic Council, I present to you Catherine Mandudis Allen. Gillian Frances Bennett Bartle. Deborah June O'Neill. Kusima Pinyasinwat. For the degree of Doctorate of Applied Social Research, Simon Julius Maziku. Claire Elizabeth Toomey. For the degree of Master of Science Criminological Research, Akuna Mete. Melissa Murphy. For the degree of Master of Science Criminology and the recipient of the Excellence in Dissertation Prize, Amy Elizabeth Guy. Daisy Mackay. For the degree of Master of Science Criminology, Ebony Jade Brager. Catherine Byrne. Eden Johanna Beckstrom. Tyler DeVetta. Anna Colin Jones. Krisha Kiran Joshi. Johanna Pollack. Janine Danielle Rennie. For the degree of Master of Science Dementia Studies, Diane Drain. Dante Feng. Queenie Wei-Yin Meng. Jennifer Mitchell. Sharon O'Reilly. For the degree of Master of Science Education, Holly Adam Brown. Helen Margaret Cook. Monica Libner. Estelle Jane McArdle. Damilola Mary Oludeo. For the degree of Master of Science Educational Leadership, Gemma Louise Carson. John Donnelly. For the degree of Master of Science Educational Leadership, Specialist Qualification for Headship, Kevin Smith. For the degree of Master of Science Educational Research, Sophie Millett. For the degree of Master of Science English Language Teaching and Management, Crine Vu. For the degree of Master of Science Housing Studies and the recipient of the Best Research Project Prize and the recipient of the Team Construction Endowment Prize awarded for the Best Dissertation or Reflexive Portfolio, Callum Main. For the degree of Master of Science Housing Studies, Stephanie Ann Saxon-Ulser. Gillian Bryce. Evelyn Copeland. Lynn McGeechan. Catherine Marie Perry. For the degree of Master of Science Professional Education and Leadership, Ashley Barkley. Melissa Beattie. Jodie Cunningham. Nicola Douglas. Nicole Gillespie. Lorna Gunning. Claire Hagan. Peter Charles Hay. Elizabeth Henderson. Leslie Ann Jolie. Sophie Livingston. Gillian McPherson. Kyle Marley. Lauren Mackay. Erin McMillan. Emma Janet Eileen Ramsey. Emma Smith. Kerry Len Spears. Lauren Stewart. Emma Taylor. Cara Therese Thomas. Amy Watt. Sophie Ann Wheatley. Graham Wright. For the degree of Master of Science, Social Statistics and Social Research, Aya Mustafa El Alawan. For the degree of Master of Science, Substance Use, Awana Catalina Badea. Emma Elaine Cunningham. Nigel Grimshire. Miracle Omoetiuk Omoetiuk. Danielle Alice Walker. Katie Welshman. Brandon Wilson. For the degree of Master of Science, Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages, Ji-Yuan Liu. Georgia MacLeod Hall. Shujian Chao. Elizabeth Williams. For the degree of Master of Science, Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages and Applied Linguistics, Misha May Culliff. Mark Thomas McQuillan. For the degree of Master of Science, Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages and Computer-Assisted Language Learning, Mansouri Kitami. For the Postgraduate Diploma Educational Leadership, Claire Coggins. Sarah Jane Page. For the Postgraduate Diploma Housing Studies and the recipient of the Team Construction Endowment awarded to the best part-time student, Michaela Deely. For the Postgraduate Diploma Housing Studies, Ikra Aziz. Nicole Brown. Jane Butler. Siobhan Dunlop. Leanne Dunn. Lewis Henderson. Daniel John Killian. Donna Kirkwood. Agnieszka Lenica. Rihanna McGregor. Barry Stephen Jarvis Thomas Maguire. Maryam Mohammed. Stephanie Young McGillan Morgan. Chloe McAdam Morris. Claire Karen Morrison. Jennifer Emily Ritchie. Stephen Rowlandson. Suzanne Margaret Scobie. Victoria Elizabeth Watson. Sophie Winthrop. For the postgraduate diploma, tertiary education with teaching qualification, further education, Peter Featherstone-Hoare. For the postgraduate certificate, applied professional studies, child welfare and protection, Elizabeth May McGlynn. Lindsay Hannah McGregor. Georgia Amy Rattray. Abby Day Shand. Chantel Tupek. For the postgraduate certificate, educational leadership, Sally Atkinson. Adam Barker. Richard Burrell. Jennifer Fleeting. Siobhan James. Natalie Ann Johnstone. Kimberly Kelly. Lindsay Mackle. Ian Matthew. Brady Maxwell Grierson. Rachel McCaffrey. Esther McGrath. Paul McGurn. Martin McNaughton. Donna Christina Miller. Ruth O'Neill. Derek Patterson. Joanne Patterson. David Payton. Laura Cantan. Craig Sinclair Ross. Gillian Mitchell Seaman. Siobhan Semple. Chris Somerville. Avril Stewart. Lindsay Whelan. Laura Wilson. Lynn Wilson. For the degree Bachelor of Arts with Honours Criminology and Law, Chloe Dixon. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Criminology and Sociology, Hannah Megan Faulkner. Lily Fowlis. Sophie Ingalls. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Social Work, Kenneth Harkin. Rebecca Keenan. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Sociology and Social Policy, Ciara Donnelly. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Criminology and Law, Cara Gillespie. For the degree of Bachelor of Science, Mathematics and Education, Holly Cheng. For the Diploma of Higher Education, Patricia Wilson. For the Postgraduate Certificate, Applied Professional Studies, Child Welfare and Protection, Donna Winkler.
Huge thank you to Professor Jane Donaldson, but can I say a particular thank you, not just for this morning, but I believe this might be Professor Liz Forbat's last day at the university. So for all her assistance and help and support for students and graduation ceremonies over the years, Liz, thank you very, very much. Now, there are always some people who can't make it on the day. So, although we have over 300 students graduating today with different awards, there are also 100 or so who couldn't make it, and many of them will be watching either live or in the recording. They maybe they've started work, they've gone home, they perhaps are ill today and haven't managed to make it along. So they deserve an even louder cheer than all you have had. So when I confer upon those candidates listed in the official record who have satisfied the academic requirements and who are not present, the awards for which they are qualified, please give them a big round of applause, please. I'm very glad that the young Russells have arrived back in the hall for this next part. Now, we normally invite our honorary graduates to make a speech on these occasions on behalf of the graduates towards the end of the ceremony, but we're going to do something a little bit different. Today, we've got a slight kind of different honorary graduate that we're all very proud of and delighted to have here. But I'm going to invite Dr. Finn Russell to come forward, but to be joined by Dr. Dougie Vipond, also an honorary graduate of the university, who is going to have a short question and answer session rather than a speech for this part in the proceedings. So, Finn and Dougie, the show is all yours.
So, Finn, We can't stand in front of the Chancellor there. That's very bad manners. But so, 89 caps for Scotland, 3 British Lions and Irish Lions tour, a Pro 12 title with Glasgow and treble winner with Bath. But now, Dr. Finn Russell, how does that feel?
Yeah, it's amazing. I think if you look, 15, 20 years back when I was at school, you'd never think I'd be up here. Especially my mates didn't think that. But no, it's amazing. I think I've been up at this uni a lot, not studying, but through sport, spent a lot of time up here. That wasn't really a joke.
That wasn't really a joke.
But yeah, coming from down the road in Bridgevan, I spent a lot of time up here through sport, and it's obviously helped me get to where I am just now. So, albeit I didn't study here, it's great to be back up here today with you all.
You mentioned that you didn't study here because you left school at Wallace High, just down the road, and went to be an apprentice stonemason. And I imagine on a day like today, your hands are absolutely freezing, you can't feel them at all. What would Dr. Finn Russell say to that 17, 18-year-old guy now?
You should have stuck in at school. No, yeah, as you mentioned, I left school at 16 to be a stonemason, which is the route I went down after school. I'm quite a hands-on sort of guy, which is the route, that I went with. And days like today, when it's -6, when you're getting in the car or getting in the work van, having to go to work, it's tough going. But for me, it's probably quite good in terms of the career I've now made. It shows you what real life is. Being a sportsman, it's tough going, but it's a lot easier than some of the other jobs out there. I'm not sure what you're all going to go on and do or what you all work as, but being a sportsman's a real privilege, and having the background of being a stonemason, it sort of put me in a good place, I think, going forward to make sure I always enjoy and appreciate what I'm doing currently.
I want to take you back to season 14-15, I think your first season with Glasgow Warriors, semi-final. To get into the final at Scotstoun against Ulster, you put DTH van der Merwe in for a try, and then you've got to score this. It's 14-all at that point. We were doing the game for BBC Radio Scotland. It's 14-all. It's the end of the match, and Finn's got a conversion to take from right out on the right-hand side next to the touchline, which is a right foot kicker. It's the toughest one ever to do. Our co-presenter on the day is Peter Wright, and Peter Wright, who's a former British and Irish Lion as well, and a Scottish player. And he turned to me and he went, "Finn will slot it. Finn will slot it. Finn will slot it." And he was so confident that you would, and of course you did. You absolutely split the posts. How do you manage your mind for those kind of moments of great sort of pressure and drama? Because you absolutely, and of course you went on to the final and won that final as well. This might sound pretty simple, but you just go back to what you've done the whole time. I think there's a lot of work that goes in. For me personally, day to day, what you've all done at your time here at the uni, and it's the day to day that you can kind of fall back onto the habits that you've created and done over your whole time studying, or your whole life, that you then fall back into those habits and these high pressure moments. And sometimes that's the most natural way to deal with it. And a lot of players that I play with have routines, but for me it was more just forget about everything and just try and kick this through the post for the boys. It does sound simple, but that was an easy kick. All kicks are just straight, to be honest, even though Dougie's talking it up a little bit. But all kicks are just straight. The angle might change, but it's a straight kick overall. So. That's a great thought, actually. Of course, they're all straight, but but all the angles that kind of changes it. So, you're a young guy in your first year as a pro there. Is your mindset the same now? Do you kind of approach things in the same way, pressure situations now that you did back then?
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say I approach it the same, but I've probably got obviously different experiences of other moments. Thinking back to the England game that we played last Six Nations, and I missed 3 kicks, lost the game for us pretty much. So
we've all forgotten them. We've all forgotten those kicks.
Well, it's the reality of it, So no, I think you learn from it. You just try and, when you get back in that situation, not overthink it again, and it changes every time, every situation. And for me, it's like it's a game. It's not real life almost. It's just a 80-minute game, but. It changes so much and so quickly, and there's so many different factors there that have an input on how you're thinking, how you're feeling, and what to do in that situation. But for me, it's going back to feeling, going back to what I've practiced. So they do help each time you get those kicks, but it's more each kick's different stage of the game, different stage of your career.
It's interesting as well. There's a photograph in the programme today, and it's a very serious photograph of you. But one of the things I love about you when you play rugby is you play it with a smile on your face. And is that an important thing as well? Obviously, there's pressure moments. Does the smile kind of like is that a way of managing those pressure moments as well? Or is that just your natural thing because you're like feeling, because it looks to me like you just feel privileged to do what you're doing, despite all the hard work to get there?
Yeah, obviously I love playing rugby, but as I mentioned earlier, being a stonemason, it makes you really appreciate what I get through now. A lot of the time I've had a lot of heat, like, I don't know, commentators in the past having a go at me when I'm smiling after a mistake. And sure, I'm not taking it serious, I don't care about the team or whatever it is. So there's been a bit of hassle there, but that was my way of dealing with the mistakes. I don't think anyone in the world really tries to make mistakes, do they? So my way of dealing with that is kind of smiling, getting on to it, and moving on to the next job that I've got on a rugby pitch. In the position I play, you have to move on very quickly and mentally stay in the moment that you're in. You can't keep thinking about the past that you've made and the mistakes that have gone on. You've got to get on to the next moment, or you're going to kind of back that up. So I'm probably quite lucky that's something that I've not really had to work on that much. It's probably always been there. Again, I'm lucky, as mentioned earlier, I'm from a sporting family and not the most competitive between each other, but there's always sort of small digs going in here and there when you're playing badminton, golf, tennis, whatever it was. So I think growing up with a bit of pressure from your brothers, sister, parents, not in a pushing you on way, but if you make a mess up of a shot, they're going to have a go at you. There's a bit of that that's probably helped me get the right mindset that if I do make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. Your
brother Archie actually said to me, you're not even the best rugby player in the family. Brothers, what are they like?
I would question that one. I think he went on to do a master's at Cambridge, so I'll give him the uni sort of stuff. But rugby-wise, I'd take him.
So let's talk about some of the kind of inspirational figures you've had in your life through your career, because, you know, you don't have the success that you have without people kind of helping you along the way. So who would you say, or maybe there's a few people along the way, but who would you say have been the most influence on you?
I've had a lot of help in my career. I think everyone gets it. One thing I'm really lucky to have is the network I've got around me. That's not a big network. It's literally my family who are here today. 3 or 4 best friends who keep me grounded, but also tell me if I'm not as bad as I think I've been playing. They're probably the ones that have got me to where I am. Obviously, there's coaching in the past. My dad coached me for a lot, so I'll give him a bit of credit here. But no, I think having that support network around me has been what's helped me get through the tough times, but also really enjoy what I do. At times, sport can be quite lonely. Again, I don't know how many of you know who I am or what my journey's been, but there's been times in this career that it's been really, really lonely and tough. But for me, my family's been the one that's got me through there.
Yeah. Because that's it, because, you know, in any kind of life, whether it's sport or whether it's whatever these guys are going to do, there will be moments where it's challenging. There'll be, you know, you'll be achieving things, then suddenly you'll get a bump on the road as well. And yeah, so when you're a guy that's had that in your career as well, so like to manage that is a tricky thing. But what kind of advice would you give to these people going on to the next stage in their life as to how to manage the next wee bit?
I think something I've kind of tried to do, probably subconsciously, my whole career is just stick to be me. So just be yourself. It sounds like, again, a very simple thing. Try not get derailed by what others are thinking, what others are trying to get you to do. And even if it's not the right thing, you might not be the most successful with it, as long as you've stayed true to yourself, you can always look back at that moment and think, I really believed in what I thought was going to be the best for that situation. And for me anyway, when that's happened, I can always hang my hat on it knowing that I've done it my way, I suppose. Instead of doing something different and then not getting the outcome I wanted, as long as I've stuck to how I've wanted to do it and backed myself, which is also very important. Make sure you've got confidence and back yourself. But sticking to you doing it your own way and be confident within that, I think is the most important thing.
And how impressed have you been with all the graduates here today who have put in an unbelievable amount of work to actually get their degrees and their honorary degrees and their doctorates and all that? So, I mean, it is an impressive day, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing here. I remember, well, for me, back when I was this kind of height, same height as my daughter, running around the tennis courts here, so the room looks a bit different, which is brilliant. But I'm looking forward to chatting to everyone later on, finding out your journeys and your past that have got you to this moment here. But as a day, it's a special day for everyone here in the room.
Finn, it's a special day for me as well. It was an absolute honour to be here on the stage with you because I've followed your career and I'm absolutely in awe of what you've done as a rugby player and as a person as well. You're an amazing man. The Chancellor earlier said one of the best rugby players in the world. I think you're the best player in the world at the moment, without a doubt. And I'll argue with anyone later if you actually take it up. But I genuinely think you're an amazing man, Finn. Genuinely think you're an amazing man. You are indeed a very, very worthy recipient of the title, Dr. Finn Russell.
Well, I think we might repeat that experiment again at ceremonies in the future. Thank you very much, doctor to doctor, Dougie and Finn. Much, much appreciated words of wisdom. We've thanked lots of people today already, and I'll thank some more before the end of the ceremony. But before I introduce the university principal to say a few words, can I just say I'm sure on your behalf that you would want me to say a huge thank you to all of the staff who either taught you or worked with you in your research and who got you to where you are today in receiving your award. So a huge thank you to all the staff of the university. And that's a good time to introduce their leader. And Professor Sir Jerry McCormack, our Principal and Vice-Chancellor, will now address the Assembly. Jerry.
Thanks very much, Jack, and thanks, Finn and Dougie. That was fantastic, and I think it is an experiment we'll probably will repeat in the future again. You'll tell from my accent that I usually support, I support Scotland when they're not playing Ireland. Let's put it like that. But I think Finn's the best fly half there is, so there you go. Well, good morning and congratulations to all you graduates. I'm sure it'll be a wonderful day, and as our Chancellor said, the rain stayed off. It was due to rain today, but it's not going to happen at 6 o'clock, so enjoy the morning and the afternoon out in the grounds. Graduation is always the highlight in the university calendar, and today's ceremony is an important milestone in your journey with us. It's important for us to celebrate publicly, as we've done, your well-deserved achievements here with your classmates, our teaching and professional support staff, and your families and friends. In graduating, you join a multicultural global network of more than 115,000 Stirling alumni from 180 different countries. I'd encourage you as you go back to your home country or within the UK, please stay in touch with us and each other wherever your career journey takes you next. And if you haven't already, I'd encourage you also to engage with the Alumni Association. You'll find that of great support and a network that you can tap into as you go on through your life and career. Graduation is a bridging moment, a time to pause and look back on your achievements, a time to look forward to the road ahead. You may have noticed on the lecterns that we're standing at, and you'll see on your certificates, our coat of arms, which is reserved for special ceremonial events such as graduation. It features on it 3 open books, signifying that the pursuit of knowledge is central to all we do. With its references to tower and battlements and a river at full flood, the coat of arms also speaks of our historic city of Stirling. But there's another element within the coat of arms that's a powerful symbol of who we are and what we're about. A solid bridge with 7 arches spans the water. Of course, Stirling Bridge is a nod to our past, but it also says something about our purpose as a place of learning. Bridges connect places, they enable us to overcome obstacles. They allow us to reach a destination, they're good vantage points, and of course, bridges bring people together. Perhaps today especially, but also as you go through life, there'll be times when you'll think back to being a Stirling student. You'll have your own memories and personal feelings about what the university means to you. Regardless of your vantage point, you can take confidence from the knowledge and skills you gained while studying here. Draw strength from the resilience you developed, and I hope think fondly of the friendships you made and the people that you came to love in this place. On behalf of the entire university community, I wish you all continued success in the future. Please do keep in touch. We'll always be waiting for you with open arms on this side of the bridge. Once again, many congratulations and have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much, Jerry. And in a few moments, we will have a procession off the stage to be followed by all of the graduates. A final chance for you inside the hall today to congratulate them, wave them off, give them another final cheer. Look out for your own particular friend or family member on the screens as they pass by. And then for everybody to join us outside for the celebrations over the lunch period. But can I just say a couple of other thanks before we conclude? First of all, because he hasn't played yet, but he is going to play us off the stage and out of the hall. Piper Daniel Sweeney will be joining us soon. He's over here in the corner, and he's asked me to just remind you that he's available for weddings and birthdays. And Piper Dan is the website if you're looking for it. He's played all over the world, so he's very happy to come to you too. We've also we owe huge thanks to Lisa Holman, who carries the mace for us, which is our and pride of place here at the front of the stage. And I'm sure I speak for everybody on an autumn day like today, when the weather could have been unpredictable, may still be over the course of the weekend. A massive thank you to everybody who's working in the car parks, who's working inside the hall, who's prepared the certificates, all of the things that come together to make a successful graduation ceremony. Without them, there's no ceremony, it doesn't happen, you don't have your big days. So thank you to all of them too. And with that, I declare this ceremony for the conferment of degrees closed.